All right, so this is going to be another movie review. This one's called Spione, 1928. I'm giving it 2 out of 5 stars. I dislike this one. Welcome to my new Fleabag Hotel on 935 Kearney Street. I've had all kinds of adventures here. I'm getting my wallet stolen while I was doing laundry, to cockroaches running around the sink. But it's only 10 minutes walk to my work, 10 minutes walk to my car. The police station is right around the corner, and the 2 banks where my bank cards were are right around the corner from them. So I'm getting to know this North Beach neighborhood quite well. And there's a haircut place on Columbus. Rudolf. Whoa, what happened to my phone there? It's so dark in here. There's no lighting, so I have to shine my flashlight on my face here. Rudolf Klein-Rogge. There we go. Great actor, by the way. Very convincing as the he's got some kind of funky hair, and he's chain smoking. Cool looking villain. That much I have to give this movie, but the rest of the movie really didn't interest me at all. And like I said, with the English subtitles, I was having trouble following the plot, or the lack thereof, I should say. Spione was restored to something short of its original length by the Frederick Wilhelm Morneau Foundation during 2003 and 2004. No original negatives survived, but a high quality nitrate copy is held at the National Film Archive in Prague. And the reason why I don't have a White Warrior poster in the background is because it got damaged on the way here. I spilled water on it. And my friend from Santa Rosa hasn't given me another one. Germany, 1927, beautiful Russian spy. Sonia Barannikova seduces Colonel Jalusik into betraying his country, an unnamed Eastern European one, for her employer Hagi, a seemingly respectable bank director who's actually the diabolical mastermind of a powerful crime organization. Here we got greedy white male swine of a capitalist pig. Jason, head of the German secret police, gives the task of bringing the mysterious Hagi down to a handsome young agent known only as number 326, who believes his identity is a secret. Hagi is well aware of him. Hagi assigns Sonia to worm her way into 326's confidence. Sonia convinces him that she has just shot a man for trying to rape her. He hides her from the police. Of course, all of this is off camera, although we do see some nice blondie cleavage in this one. Or not even cleavage, flat-chested cleavage, A-cup cleavage. Hoggy does anticipate that the couple will fall in love, unwilling to betray 326. Sonia quietly slips away after they spend the afternoon and evening together. He trails her to Julasik, whom he mistakes for her lover. She is actually paying him off. Hoggy suspects Sonia's feelings for 326, and when she refuses to act against him, Hoggy confines her to a room in his secret headquarters. Hoggy seeks to steal a secret Japanese-British peace treaty which will prevent war in the East unless it is exposed before it reaches Tokyo. He blackmails Lady Leslane, an opium addict, into betraying what her husband knows of the negotiations. Akira Matsumoto, the Japanese head of a security responsible for the treaty's safekeeping, it looks like a white man in he looks like a Charlie Chan or Mr. Moto, crosses paths with 326. He crosses paths with 326 when 326 seeks out Sonia. He finds her apartment stripped bare. Masamoto finds him drowning his sorrows in a bar and informs him that he would have arrested the woman as a spy. Masamoto gives 3 couriers a sealed packet, each to deliver to Tokyo. He informs them that a copy of the treaty is inside one of them. Hoggy obtains all 3 packages, and he finds only newspapers, but he has one more card up his sleeve. Masamoto pities Kitty, a young woman he finds huddling in a doorway during a rainstorm, and he takes her in. When he prepares to leave for Japan with the treaty, she begs him to spend a few hours with her. He gives in, attracted by her beauty, and the fact that she's opening up her kimono to show her chest. He gives in, attracted by her beauty, but when he wakes up later, she's gone with the treaty. Disgraced, he commits ritual suicide. Harry Carey. 326 tracks Jalusik down in his home country, but it's too late. Hagi has already betrayed him, and when confronted by his superiors, Jalusik shoots himself. 326 wires the serial numbers of the banknotes used to pay Jalusik, which Jason passes on to agent number 719, working undercover as a circus clown named Nemo, to trace on a train trip out of the country in pursuit of the stolen treaty. 326 is nearly killed in a trap set by Hagi. While he is sleeping, his car is detached and left in a tunnel. He awakens just before another train smashes into it. Sonia, who had been tricked into being the one to smuggle the treaty out of the country by Hagi's promise not to harm 326, learns of the crash. She races to the site, and she is reunited with her love as he is miraculously removes himself from the rubble. 326 gives order for Hagi's bank to be surrounded. Then 326 sends Sonia away with his trusted chauffeur, Franz, while he and his men search for Hagi. Hagi captures Sonia and Franz. Hagi sends 326 an ultimatum: clear the building within 15 minutes or Sonia will die. Defiant 326 continues searching, even after incapacitating gas is released. Franz is able to free himself. Franz is able to hold off Hagi's assassins. and 326 can find them until 326 can find them. So there's an explosion that goes off near a wall, and that's how they reunite. Hoggy's minions are captured, but there's no sign of the mastermind. A clerk interrupts to complain to 326 and Jason that the serial numbers he was given to trace do not match the banknotes. The two realize that 719 is Haggy. When Nemo 719 Haggy goes on stage to perform his clown act, he sees that he's surrounded by armed agents and he shoots himself in the head. According to Robert Osborne, Lang was having an affair with Maras during filming, even as his wife, Thea von Harbo, was involved writing the screenplay. Yeah, I would have had an affair with her too. She is yummy. Lang Lang had earlier stolen the affections of Harbo from her first husband, Klein-Rogge, who played Hagi. In spite of this, Klein-Rogge worked with Lang and Harbo on various notable films, including Destiny, Dr. Mabuse the Gambler, uh, Die Nibelungen, and Metropolis. Destiny is 1921, Dr. Mabuse the Gambler is 1922, Die Nibelungen is 1924, and Metropolis is 1927. Uh, Spione was a screen debut for young Dutch actress Leon Dayers, who caught Lang's attention after winning a screening contest in Vienna. During the shooting of the movie, Lang developed a strong dislike for Dayers. Regarding the casting of Agent 326, Lang surprisingly went for the upcoming teenage idol Willie Firsch, whom he had seen in one of his by then typical juvenile lover parts in the silent film The Last Waltz. 1927, Fritz, who had just achieved some international success, especially in the US by Paraphonet distributed films, took the chance to escape from his image, and he was able to gain his final breakthrough with this film. Lang then also cast him for the leading part of the follow-up, Woman in the Moon. 1929, Spione was made at a substantially reduced budget as the studio looked to cancel Lang's contract following the poor commercial return of his previous film, Metropolis. Despite this, the third act, Train Crash in particular, is considered an extraordinary technical feat which belied budgetary restraints. See how low budget films always end up being better? On Rotten Tomatoes, the film holds an approval rating of a whopping 95% based on 16 reviews, with the rated average of another whopping 9.3 out of 10. Philip French of The Guardian wrote that the film weaves together recurrent Lang themes of fate, fear, power, and paranoia into a dynamic conspiracy thriller. Time Out described his tone as somewhere between the Pulp Fiction and pure expressionism. Matthew Thrift of the British Film Institute, meanwhile, singled out the opening sequence as a marvel of narrative economy in montage. A 143-minute version was restored in 2003 to 2004 by the Wilhelm Marnow Foundation, thanks to extensive research and cooperation with repositories all over the world. A high quality nitrate copy held at the National Film Archive in Prague was used as the restoration's basis, completed by copies from the Cinematheque Francois in Paris. In Paris, the Film Archive Austria in Vienna, and the National Film and Sound Archive in Canberra. Some of the intertitles were restored from the Austrian copy from an interrogative from the State Film Archive Gos Filmond in Domo Dedovo, Russia. The lab work was carried out by Elimagin Retova and Bologna. It is available on a DVD and Blu-ray from Kino International Corporation. All right. Here we go. Spies. Original title Spione, which is what we're going with here. Pretty cool looking poster, I guess. Not bad. It says 1 hour 30 minutes, but it's more like 2 hours 30 minutes. The version that I saw, anyway, on YouTube. 1928. Gets a whopping 7.5 out of 10 on IMDb. 4,200 ratings. The mastermind behind a ubiquitous spy operation learns of a dangerous romance between a Russian lady in his employ and a dashing agent from the government's secret service. All right. I don't see any familiar faces on here. Here's a more flattering review. I'm giving it a 4 out of 10. This person, Claudio Carvalho, is giving it an 8 out of 10. Let's see if we can pull up the review here. Oh, yeah, it's pretty quick. Much faster than the internet that I've had previous to this. All right. 8 out of 10, an epic of espionage, romance, seduction, and betrayal is the title of the review on IMDb by Claudio Carvalho, January 8th, 2011. The powerful criminal and leader of a spy ring, Hagi, played by Rudolf Klein-Rogge, uses his spies that are infiltrated everywhere, including in the Secret Service, in attempts to steal documents from the French embassy in Shanghai and from the Minister of Trade that is murdered. The press questions and mocks the officials in charge of security of state and the efficients, agent number 326, aka the Vagrant, Hans Pock Zarinsky, Willie Frisch, is summoned by the Secret Service chief, Craig Hal Sherry, to investigate the wave of crimes Agent 326 immediately identifies that his chief's assistant, Vincent, is a spy that is providing inside information to the evil mastermind that nobody knows how looks like. Meanwhile, Hagee saves the scoundrel Hans Morier, Louis Ralph, from the gallows to serve him. Then Hagee, who is also the great director of the Hagee Bank, blackmails Mrs. Les Lane, Hertha von Walther, who is the wife of the powerful Roger Leslin and habitu of the opium den, to get information of the secret Japanese treaty when Hagi assigns his master spy Sonia Baranakova, played by Gerda Maras, to get closer to the elegant agent number 326. They unexpectedly fall in love for each other, affecting Hagi's evil scheme. Meanwhile, his spy Kitty, Leon Dyers, lures and seduces the reserved and efficient Japanese agent Akira Matsumoto, played by Lupo Pick. That doesn't sound like a Japanese name. To steal his documents after the recently signed treaty that might bring war to the world. Spies is a fantastic epic of espionage, romance, seduction, and betrayal by Fritz Lang. And I dare to say that James Bond stories might have been inspired in this film. That certainly might be the case. James Bond ripped off Spies. I saw Spies yesterday in a restored, authorized edition of the DVD released by Kino Video. And in the extras, there was an amazing story of the restoration of the film. The 35 millimeter archives and nitrate throughout the world were very damaged and incomplete. Several copies using the guidance of the copy for Prague that was the most complete and also deteriorated. The result is a film of 143 minutes running time, meaning 50 minutes longer than any version previously released. My vote is 8. And that is the version that I saw as well.